All right, everyone, it's Mr. Rops here, and we are going to be talking about graphing lines and intercepts today. The first thing that we're going to talk about is standard form. Lines come in different forms, and one form that exists is standard form, which looks like ax plus by is equal to c. Or it could be little a x plus by equals c. But one thing that's got to be true is the a's, the b's, and the c's. So a, b, and c must belong to integers, okay? So they have to be integers, no fractions, no decimals. They have to be nice whole numbers. And even better, try and make a positive so that we don't ever lose the negative sign. So that's standard form. But there are some key questions to consider in grading lines. One thing is how to find x-intercept. Well, if we think about x-intercepts, if I have this here, an x-intercept is where it crosses the x-axis here. Or if I had another line here, right? All these, this point here, are the x-intercepts, where it crosses the x-axis, crosses x-axis. Well, what do I know about this point here? Well, I go over x and I go up y. Well, y doesn't go up or down, so I know the y value is 0. This I do not know. Same thing goes for this one. I don't know what x is, but the y value is 0. And so whenever you want to find an x-intercept, you let y equal 0. That is the key. So if you want the x-intercept, y is 0. And so how do you find an x-intercept? You let y equal 0. And this is such a pivotal key idea. Next key question is, how do you find the y-intercept? Well, if we want to find the y-intercept, we have our x and y axis. And if we have a line here, or maybe a line over here, or a line over here, we know these are all the y-intercepts, where it crosses the y-axis. Well, I know I go over x and up y, so I go over 0x and up some value y. Here I go over 0x and up some value y. Here I go over x of 0, up some value y. So every time I want to find the y-intercept, I let x be 0. So if I want the y-intercept, then x equals 0. If I want the x-intercept, then I want y to be 0. So they're opposite. There's a pattern there. But these are really, really important questions that you have to make sure that you internalize the answer to these questions. And then finally, the key question is, what do you need to sketch a line? Well, if I am going to sketch a line, the only thing I need a point and a point. I need 2 points. And if I have 2 points, then I can sketch a line. I need 2 points to sketch. How I get the points, there's lots of different ways to do that, which often is part of the problem that you have to figure out. All right, so there's some conceptual key ideas. Now, let's draw the graph of this line, 5x plus 2y equals 20, by finding the x and y intercept. Well, if we remember, if I want to find the x-intercept, means make y 0, which means y here is going to be 0. So it's 5x plus 2 times 0 is equal to 20. Well, that cancels. So it's 5x is equal to 20, and so x is equal to 4. And so the coordinate point here is 4, 0. This is the x-intercept. So I go over 4, 0. If I now want to find the y-intercept, I make x equal to 0, which means it's 5, plug in the 0, plus 2y is equal to 20. So, well, 5 times 0 is 0, so it's 2y is equal to 20, and y is equal to 10. And so the coordinate is x is 0, y is 10. So if I go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, if I go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Here is my y-intercept. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4. I connect the two, which is hard to do on the screen, and I get my line. But if I get to 2 points, I can draw the line. And I wanted to do it by the x and y-intercept. Next one, we're going to do this one. It says place in standard form first. Well, reminder, standard form is ax plus by is equal to c. So we're going to rearrange it. And so if I do that, I'm going to bring the x over here so it becomes positive, minus 2y, bring it over, is equal to 8. Here's standard form. Then I'm going to do the x and y-intercept. You should pause it now and try it yourself. See if you remember. Okay, so the x-intercept means y is 0. So it's x minus 2 caret 0 equal to 8. So x, that's just 0, is equal to 8. The coordinate then is 8, 0. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, here's 8. If I want to find a second point, because I need 2 points to draw a line, I'm going to find the y-intercept, which means that x is equal to 0. So 0 minus 2y is equal to 8. Y then is equal to negative 4. And so I go 1, 2, 3, 4 in the negative. There's negative 4. Connect lines, because this is the point 0, negative 4. All right, so in order to draw a line, one approach is to find the x and the y-intercept, because you need 2 points, and that will find you the equation of the line.